Coach Fickle was telling us that one of the big issues with Week 1 in college football is that there's no preseason. Can you walk us through the difficulties of that, and how hard it is to kind of get used to the game in real time?
Yeah, especially for the quarterback, I think it's a little bit tougher because you're not out there getting hit. I mean, you can sit in the pocket and practice, and you're not getting hit. So it's a little bit different when you go out there and you can tell what's a sack and what's not a sack in practice versus the game. So, I mean, just little stuff like that, game day routines, and how to handle certain situations, especially when you get a new defensive coordinator for a new team, and you got to, handle that when you don't know what they're going to bring. But I think the iPads really helped that for sure.
Yeah.
Come off the sideline, see what they're playing, and kind of adjust into that mid-game.
You probably asked this already, but there's a lot of anticipation. Camp Randall, 8 p.m. Could you feel the nerves? Could you feel that it was kind of different than maybe other games that you played in the past?
Yeah, I mean, definitely an atmosphere that I haven't played in before, and 80,000 people at a home game was pretty awesome. I mean, I wouldn't say I was nervous. Maybe butterflies everyone gets before games, and it was a great atmosphere. So I'm excited for what is going to be at 2:30 on Saturday.
A lot of fans, expectedly, they want to see, lots of big passes, big shots down the field. Were you guys as an offense expecting to maybe take some more of those big shots? Did the game that you play, did that match the game that you planned to play?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to speak for Coach Longo and all that, but I mean, I think there was a couple shots out there that I possibly could have took that I missed, and when you get a few opportunities like that, you got to be able to, follow through on those and hit those, especially if a team's not giving you those opportunities ever so often. So, I mean, they were taking it away most of the game, bailing their corners back and playing one high safety. So that really eliminated deep posts, eliminated go routes. So we kind of had to, handle that in a different way than we wanted to.
Now, did you kind of feel, obviously no preseason, at what point in the game do you think you kind of settled down and got more comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, we had 3 drives in the first half. I felt fine. We were driving the ball. I just have to, finish the ball in the end zone. I think maybe the second quarter kind of settled down a little bit, the second drive. And, I think it's good to get out there. First game, glad we got the win, but glad we also, how we handled the adversity. So we're going to use that to learn from and, just try to be better at each and every week.
I was impressed by the fact that the fourth quarter, it looked like your guys' best quarter of the game.
No doubt.
Why do you think that was?
Yeah, I think we were obviously down going into the fourth quarter and at home, and I think our intensity might have picked up a little bit. Not that it wasn't bad the whole game. I think the energy kind of didn't come just because it was a very slow NFL type game. 3 drives in the first half. They were trying to hold the ball for as long as possible and create these long drives so that they'd hold their defense off the field and keep us off the field as well. So you're going to get games like that. South Dakota's kind of the same way. So I think if we create more explosive plays, that will kind of handle the situation itself.
Fickle said that, I think he told you guys that he expects to see the most improvement between Week 1 and Week 2. As an offense, where are you guys looking to improve?
Yeah, obviously didn't have a play over 17 yards, so we got to create more explosive plays, whether it's hit the deep balls down the field or, catch and run for 30 more. Running backs, make first, second level miss, try to make that third level miss to get maybe a 25-yard gain. So, catch and run stuff. When you have the ball in your hands, we got to, make something happen, and then obviously try to hit those explosive deep shots when they're there.
Do you have a personal goal for the next game, either with your preparation or with anything?
Yeah, I would just say just be smart, just good decision making. I think when the quarterback makes good decisions, the team usually has a really good chance to win games. So that's my number one goal.
All right.